time.
Shut the hell up! It's my turn!
Okay, you have to have CTE kicked in from the last time.
What happens in the dojo stays in the sauna, but then yet it's still leaked to the internet.
Ooh, self-burn. Those are rare.
This is a family-friendly podcast.
Bullshit!
You are now listening to the Not Your Average Sports Fans podcast. Now here's your host, Alec Beichelman, and the fans.
There's money gained and money lost. That's why I think this tactic, and I do agree with a lot of the stuff I've been hearing, with the release that the 2024-2025 matchup is gone, that this opens up an eighth home game.
Yes.
So who do the Ohio State Buckeyes play in 2025?
We don't know that yet.
Don't know.
Texas.
Do we?
Who would they pick up in
that's
2024
That's when UCLA and USC
if available?
coming from Pac-12 to Big Ten.
So why would you get rid of a Pac-12 team? And this is where I agree with it. I think Washington's on the cusp of doing that bid into the Big Ten. So why would you play them? They're already going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
They won the.
if Washington goes, who else is going to go? And I agree with this. And this came from, I think, the Morning Juice. Colorado.
Yes. Stanford joins the Ivy League.
Oh, without a doubt. Stanford would join Ivy. So
Or
pretty
they
much what we're
join-
seeing is,
Or they join something else. Sorry, keep going.
I'm going to put the tinfoil hat on.
Okay.
I'm seeing speculation of we're starting to see the dissolving of the Pac-12, and it's going to come at a more faster rate than what everybody within sports media, within the Pac-12 organization, and within West Coast will see.
Mm-hmm. So something that's also been coming out is the Pac-12 is trying to get their TV deals updated.
Yep.
Yes.
And they don't have any teams
Not
anymore.
working.
No.
It's not working.
The expansion that they're talking about is picking up San Diego State. Please tell me, how is San Diego State going to definitely change how a TV company is going to say, wow, we really think that we're going to really pick you guys up for next season and pay you millions of dollars to all your teams to provide your football games at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. No.
I think that's the only thing I enjoyed about the Pac-12 was that, you fall asleep, you wake up later on a Saturday.
The Rainbow Warriors at midnight.
Exactly.
But you also got Boise State.
I mean, and
Utah
talking
State,
Eastern
Northern
Standard, like Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
It's on at 10 o'clock midnight. Okay, you get to stay up a little bit, maybe an hour, watch some West Coast football, and fall right back asleep. So,
Yes.
I think that this is just a big foreshadowing of, okay, how many teams is the Big Ten going to absorb before the Pac-12 just dissolves?
So hear me out. I see name changes for all the conferences in about 5 years.
I did too.
I think
agree.
the Big Ten takes over the big, and it becomes the big. It won't be a number. It'll just become the big conference. I think the Big 12, it's gonna be something that's similar to reminisce on the Big 10. They're not gonna add a number. And if they do add a number, it's gonna be something stupid that's not gonna fit. Like the Big 10 has for the last 5, 6, 7 years. Because we've been the Big 15 or whatever the fuck for the last 5 seasons. 16, 14? Fuck. We're going to be the Big 16 now.
Yeah.
The fuck's that?
Yeah.
That doesn't roll off the fucking tongue. Big 16. The fuck? Okay. Don't care. The Big 12 is going to change to something.
I don't even know what you would name the conference.
Big 10?
No, with the absorption of, a couple Pac-12 teams, maybe there's been speculation that, an ACC team or two, they might look there.
I don't know, something that doesn't involve location.
It just might turn into regions.
Right.
It might just turn into regions.
Who knows?
And that's what I'm thinking
because with my tinfoil hat on, I had all Power 5 expanding, adding more teams, and each Power 5's at least going to have 20 teams. But with the playoffs even expanding from 4 to 12, split the Power 5, fix it up, and make like the Big Four conference, like Power 4 conferences or whatever, split it that way. But like Dalton's saying, with the Pac-12 falling apart, I could see the Pac-12 trying to work something out with the Mountain West and try to have like a West Coast conference amongst that way. And then like Colorado's on the verge of leaving. Well, Colorado could try and go back into Big 12, like join the Big 12 conference, go back there, or try to have it within that. And like we're all saying, regions, it would literally be regions. It's like the Big 10 could swoop in and be like Big 10 with 20 teams. Pac-12 could be like that, and it would all base off of location.
So you said 5. So we're looking at a Pacific, you're looking at an Atlantic, you're looking at a Southern, you're looking at a Southeast, because the Southeast has their own area.
Pacific, Midwest, South.
Midwest, mountain.
Oh God!
You go back to the Mountain West. Go back to the Mountain West is what it would be.
Yeah, Mountain West, Midwest,
which is already a conference. Rayson, what do you got?
2 things.
Yes.
There was a cat, and hi, Brennan.
Brennan's already gone.
Oh, that was the 2 things. Anyways.
Cat gone.
But yeah, we'll be split within that.
So
I think I just think it'll change the regions.
That's what I think they could do. They could do 5 conferences within regions.
So what do you think
it doesn't.
regions?
Here's the problem. It doesn't make sense because we're getting 2 West teams.
Okay.
Exactly.
It wouldn't make sense for regions, but that's the only way I could figure that it'd be put in.
You want my tinfoil hat?
I want your tinfoil hat.
My tinfoil hat is they combine for 1 super conference, and they split it up like the NFL does with their divisions.
We'll have.
So you'll have the NCAA or whatever they're going to call it.
The legends and the least.
No. But the NCAA as a whole, or the super conference as a whole.
Yeah.
So
like
128 teams. 128 teams.
Then you'll have. Well, no, hear me out.
That's 128.
Now let me do some math real quick because
You're gonna have a division. You're gonna have a Division 1A and Division 1B.
Here's the problem: we're not counting that Division 1 AA either.
I'm
The
also
FCS.
not counting. I'm just counting Power 5 schools, not Lower 5.
Well, the NCAA owns them too, and Division
That's
2
why
and
I said
Division
the Super
3.
Conference. That's why I said the Super Conference.
He said Super
Okay.
Conference, which is gonna be A, quote unquote.
Yeah.
FBSA, FBSB. So you're South Dakota, or not South Dakota, but you're San Diego. You're San Diego State. You're Mexico State. You're New Mexico State. They're going to be in B.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're
So they'll
Hawaii,
be playing.
B.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they would be pretty much linked into what is now the FCS.
Nope. FCS is still its own conference.
Okay.
You get 2 divisions of FBS football. You still have FBS A,
okay.
FBS B. Then you have
That's where I was
FCS.
confused.
Yeah, because
And then you go down to your 3-2-1. Or your 3-2.
That's where I was getting confused.
It's like how they're describing the Power 5 as the Power 5 conferences of ACC, Big 10, Big 12, SEC, and Pac-12. And
Right.
then your Group of 5, which is the American Conference, Sun Belt, Mountain West.
Well, that's what you would call it.
Like that. Yeah.
It'd be the
that's-
Power 5
that's what it was
and the
named.
Group of
Power
5.
and Group of 5.
Yes.
But
Actually,
also
not a bad one.
rotated- Yeah.
It would be interesting to see how much, if let's say they do go that route.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see the structure of how it would be. Would we still have the FCS schools and the I guess in this case the Group of 5
Yes.
still playing for those money games? I mean, I hope so.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because I mean, if we're talking schools and making money, that's how schools make money. Look at Appalachian State; they profited over a couple $1 million, and Coastal Carolina profited a couple $1 million playing FBS schools.
Now, here's how you make it interesting. You want to know how you make it interesting is by keeping the schedules as it is. You get 3 non-conference, and then you have your rest of your season's conference.
Yep.
So you do your 3, and that's going to be in the group of B, or that's in your group, your other group, your group of 5. That's your group of 5 that you play. Now, here's how you really keep it fucking interesting. Your bottom 5 teams and your top 5 teams have to shift every season. You have to show the fuck up.
Exactly.
You don't show the fuck up, you're going down a league. And you lose all your fucking rights in terms of in terms of revenue or anything from the FBSA, which is your Power 5. You now become a group of 5. So Michigan sucks a big old ween next season, and they're in the bottom 5 of the division somehow. They're gone.
It sounds like we're mentioning another sport. We'd be seeing big farm and small farm.
Yep.
Okay.
You get where I'm going. That adds
I see
flavor.
where you're going.
It adds flavor to it all. Wouldn't
Because,
you love to watch the bottom 5 teams compete or the bottom 10 teams compete at the end of the season to say, hey, you fucking lose out. You're gone, buddy. You suck.
Because I would love James Madison to run the table, get promoted to FBSA, and then play somebody, let's say, like Florida or
James Madison is already technically on the way.
Yeah, James Madison's on the way. But there's other schools I think could go from FCS. I could join the group of 5 schools already, and they can make
North Dakota State.
South Dakota State.
South Dakota State.
Imagine Western Michigan in a Power 5 conference.
Oh, they're sweeping Michigan.
They would get destroyed.
Yeah,
Western
but
Michigan?
if you have the bottom 5 teams in the Power 5 and they can't fucking compete, goodbye. Western Michigan coming in to fucking take your spot. Some freaking directional school.
See, and now let's take it beyond that. It would make
Vanderbilt.
It would make all right. So, not counting CFP,
Yeah.
would they have to make CFP would be CFP would be more widely open.
Oh, 100%.
Top 12 teams.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But how would they do bowl seating?
Bowl seating, everybody but the bottom 5 teams gets put into a bowl.
So you would have to make more bowls.
Okay, more money.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You would see
Sponsorship,
those.
I love that.
You would see those now in today's terms. You would see those FCS teams that make the crossover to whatever it would turn into, and then you're starting to see lower tier teams play in. I'm trying to think of a decent bowl.
Wait, hold on. I just
The
thought of
Duke's
a great
Meadow
idea.
Bowl or
Hold on.
the Outback Bowl.
Hold on.
Thank you, Raceland. You still have to go 500 to get a bowl game. But
Of course.
now, you still have a couple bowl games that aren't going to get filled, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Your last 5 or whatever bowl games that are left, those are your 5 elimination games. That's your elimination bracket.
Hold on. I gotta hear from the big guy. What, dude? You're creeping me out. What's going on?
What's going on with that
right
Rally
now?
Cap?
Rally Cap. What's going on?
I don't know. It's really hard to see right now. I
Oh,
don't
I bet
recommend
it is.
it.
You didn't have
We don't-
anything?
I
You were
don't
just
recommend
chatting? You were just listening?
It was holding on.
I didn't have the tinfoil hat, so I just started improvising.
Respected. So, you have 5 bowl games. Well, you could probably do, hold on. So you're doing, let's say 6. 6 teams rotate. That gives you 6 teams from each side going into a tournament. No, you would need an even number. So you go 12.
Mm-hmm.
Right? No, you wouldn't want any bye
Where's the- how would
weeks.
you
Nobody
have-
gets any bye weeks.
Oh,
So
no,
4?
no.
With no. I'm
you
talking
have
the
to
bottom bracket.
Oof.
Even still,
The losers bracket?
No, you'd have to have a bye week.
You do
still.
4 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm
Well,
talking
no,
about like
it's
a first place of each one doesn't get a bye. You have to play through the whole tournament to get through. And the top 4 teams stay in the big.
You'd be making a wild card.
So then we got to figure out a number then. Is it 16? So then 8 and 8?
Might as well 8 and 8.
It'd have to be
No bye
16.
weeks.
Okay, so 8 and 8. Bottom 8 teams, you have to fucking compete.
So
And you're playing no
and
bye weeks, no nothing. You jump right in.
in the
60
terms
playing.
of the highest market value sport in the United States,
Mm-hmm.
you're talking about making more games, more television, more ads, more money. I mean, it's a no-brainer, but at the same time, it could be a downfall on players. But you're playing the sport.
Just tell me how it's a downfall.
Win. It's not a
I don't know
downfall.
I don't see how big of a downfall it would be, especially if the players are getting a chunk of the money from these ads and
Right.
whatnot.
I was
And
gonna
if
say,
they're
where-
trying to go ahead, Chris.
I was just saying, for the player's standpoint, it'd be the wear and tear of their body. But
Yeah.
Well,
with the ads,
See, I don't know.
endorsement,
I don't
the
know.
deals, the money,
I don't know
They-
because
they can like it.
because what's every college football's or even any college athlete? What's their dream? To make it to the next level.
Right.
100%.
So you're going from playing 13, 14 games a year to playing now possibly 20.
You are looking at
You
a
technically
more.
can.
So that route would get them more ready for the NFL than what they're doing now.
Right.
Yeah.
You would look at it would be, I mean, it'd be a 50-50 shot, depending on who you are as a player, how your body holds up. But you would be looking at a more acclimated, faster, stronger version of some players that come out of a season and go into a draft playing anywhere from 18 to 20 games. And then you go to playing 17
So
with
here's
a bye week.
here's the best thing of it all. There is no off week. Every game is 110%.
No such thing, but okay.
Please tell me. Please tell me.
100% is 100% is as high as you can go. I'm taking that from my old defense coordinator. 100%
Okay.
is all you can give.
It's a freaking figure of speech, Dalton. I get it.
No, but I'm just
100% every freaking week, Dalton. 100%
There we
every
go.
week.
That's better.
No. See, I do believe in the 110%. I believe 110% is all you can give. No.
Okay.
Hear me out. Because you come to the fourth quarter, and Dalton, I mean, most of us know what it's like to play on the offensive line and how tired you get, obviously being a bigger guy. You're playing 100% the entire game. The fourth quarter comes along, and you're dead ass tired. You've got
Yes.
to push that extra 10%. You got to run the extra mile to ensure that you do the best job you can to win the football game.
Exactly. I understand,
110%.
but okay. I'm just saying from my I have to
get it.
agree.
I get it.
I have
I
to
see your
agree,
side.
but yeah.
Okay, Dalton. 100% every week.
Yeah.
You have to. Because your fucking school is on the line every fucking game. Until you get to the point where you're like, okay, we're over 500. We're probably safe because no way somebody else is going to get us. When you're 500, you're competing to try to get a better bowl game. You're not going to get to that 500 point and be like, oh, we're safe to good to go. Let's just chill it out. No, we're going to get a better bowl game so that we can get better ad revenue. So we can show that we're a better fucking team every fucking week. And when you're losing, what are you going to do? You're going to play fucking harder. You're going to dig your shit out. You're going to try to not be that bottom 18. What's that do for the bottom? Oh, shit. We still got a chance to get up to the top. We got a chance to get up there and make that big money and make this program legitimate again. Or do whatever. It just adds this huge wheel of everything of powerful football.
That's why I think it's great. I'm not disagreeing with anything.
Yes,
I promise you, I'm
there's
not.
no flaws.
Players' health would probably be the biggest flaw, depending on situation of school. But that all comes down to staff, AT staff, strength conditioning staff. That comes more internal. Okay, that comes from diets, nutrition, all that. My old line of work.
Yeah.
So it would have to be heightened to beyond, well, I can't say beyond NFL caliber, but it'd have to be NFL caliber at all levels. It would have to.
Yeah. You would
Which-
have to be.
With the extra revenue, those smaller schools that I've seen those schools. I've worked in some of those schools. Now I've say it was an FCS school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you would think a Division I program could have everything. That's a way that I would say me as a player before I became a coach saw it that way. Oh, Division I, you got it all. No, there's still some Division I schools that I played D3 ball and we had better facilities.
Yeah.
To this day, I've seen it, but it would raise the caliber. Recruiting would be high, and on top of all this, it would match how the NIL would work. You're paying these players so much money. They get what they need. If they come up with a deal with that, it would go to the school. The school would get a bid. They would upgrade. You would literally see the United States, and they do have a football World Cup, would become the biggest powerhouse in the world for football. There would be no contention anywhere. You would have to set limitations.
Yeah.
There's guys like I had a buddy of mine.
Profit sharing.
Yeah, I had a buddy of mine. He was a quarterback for a team in France. Brody Hahn, shout out to you, man. I think last I heard he's playing semi-pro ball in Nebraska when I last saw him at a wedding this past year. But he played overseas. You would have to see those limitations set to have American players on those teams to compete across the board. There is no the only downfall here is player health, and that's from the organization internal.
Mm-hmm.
Football would become America's pastime. It could ultimately, in my eyes, bring a tear to my eye, could be the world's pastime.
There's one bad positivity, which really is already a problem anyway. The rich get richer.
Yep.
And I've come back to it a lot today. I really have. Your Ohio States, your
the poor-
Alabamas, your
But
LSUs.
would the poor stay poor, or would the poor get rich due to the structure?
I don't know. That's something that I would have to see in theory. But your Ohio States, your Alabamas, your LSUs, your
Like I'll give you
Floridas. Florida's kind of down right now, but
a school that really it's well renowned because they play Georgia Southern.
yeah,
They were, that's a small poor school.
Yeah.
UAB, not as well. What would you see from those schools?
they go up, man.
I mean, Tulane made their mark this year.
Oh, 100%.
I can't say them anymore. I'm trying to think of other. You would see. Oh man, I had a school and then I lost it. No, not Syracuse. It's up around there.
Mm-hmm.
Either way.
Buffalo.
But yeah, Buffalo, the MAC. What was the MAC? I mean, there's Akron, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Kent State, Toledo.
Mm-hmm.
Bowling Green.
OU has some money.
Yeah.
I will say that. But limitations are endless. I'm just
Absolutely.
interested to see how this go. And I can't believe we devised all this off of one school deciding to pay $500,000 to Washington.
And guess what?
And it's going to speculate all of this.
And you want to know how you put a cherry on top with all this with the NCAA? They get bought by Bally Sports.
And
Stop.
That,
Oh, man.
No, put it all on one network. One single network.
it's time to go. I got a bedtime reminder. I got to go to bed here in 45 minutes.
Yeah, it is Betty by time.
Night night.
I feel like it's a good stopping point.
Thank you for listening to the Not Your Average Sports Fan podcast. Please give a review and smash that like and follow button.
Just in the podcast.